Because of the camera, right? Because it's on. It's
well, I mean,
it's kind of throw you off.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, we're recording.
Yeah, it's going on the internet. It's going forever.
Oh my god.
I mean, this is a pretty good intro.
Yeah.
I mean, this works. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. Hi.
Welcome. How you doing?
Welcome to the Wicked Bearcast with your hosts Andrew and
Corey.
Yeah, we're here at the wonderful, beautiful Wicked Whiskey Bar and Lounge. Whiskey and cigars.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. This is episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really doing this.
Yeah, we're really doing this. This is fun. This is cool.
This will be interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's going to be a train wreck.
100%. That's fine. Okay. All right, let's start with the drink.
All right. So what are you in the mood for? You want something light? You want something refreshing?
Refreshing?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have anything with like fruity notes or anything to it?
Well, let me see. Let's see what we have back here. Check and see.
All right.
Well, we've got. You know what? Let's try this one. I don't know if it's got the fruity notes. I haven't had this one yet, but let's try the Balcones Rumble Cast.
Balcones Rumble Cast.
Yep.
Spirit of Texas.
Distilled right here in the great state of Texas.
Texas.
All right.
Single barrel.
So
59 months.
This
Lord.
This will
Wow.
be...
I didn't know you had your own glasses.
Oh yeah, we don't mess around here. Yeah,
dude, this is the coolest place ever.
Yeah, when we recreated this local oasis, my buddy had actually made these glasses for me along with a poker set. So
oh, cool.
You know, it gives us a chance, to really be a man cave
for sure.
Kind of to escape the
atrocities of life.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
atrocities is a big word.
I know that was aggressive. Right? Not atrocities, but the stresses. The stresses.
The stresses of being a dad, being a husband, and the humdrumness of suburban life, I guess.
Yeah. So. Suburban life. As a kid, I never thought I'd be like in the suburban world, like living in a neighborhood. I always picture myself like just living out in the like out in the wilderness.
Oh,
not wilderness, but you know what I mean, like off like not in the suburbia, but like have my own little space, have my own land, all that kind of jazz.
Now we are. I mean, for most, we're probably committing a cardinal sin putting this on ice.
Yeah, but it's Texas.
It's hot.
It's hot as balls.
It's we're just a few days after a hurricane. So
Hurricane Barrel.
But here's to those who are made it out okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, beautiful.
See, now I get a nice smokiness.
Super smoky, oaky. It's a smoky oaky, for sure.
I get cherry.
I can see the cherry.
Yeah. I'm making a mess already.
Ooh, that's good.
That's got a bite.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's got some bitterness there at the end. It's definitely aged. Mm-hmm. That is some aged. That's got its full body.
Yeah. I'm just getting definitely getting hints of tobacco. Almost a leather. Yeah. But, so, I mean, this is a fantastic place to kind of sit, try to enjoy a couple libations, talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Like getting ready to be a dad all over again.
Yeah. So, that's fun. It's not near as scary as the first time. This is 3, right?
Yeah.
So I have my little girl, and I have my boy, and I'm going to have another girl.
Ooh,
girl dad. I love it. Being a dad's the coolest thing on the planet.
Oh,
that's so fun. But yeah, it's scary, especially when my wife is having, she's having some medical, I would say problems, but she's having some issues with, just carrying a kid, right? And especially right after another, my son's 18 months old. So then, she got pregnant again pretty soon.
Yep.
And So there's some issues there. She can't pick him up, so I got to take care of him. I got to take care of her. I got to take care of the house. I got to take care of, while still maintaining my jobs, my businesses, all that stuff. So
your sanity,
my sanity, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to, and it's going to be just as much fun as it was.
Nice.
So yeah, it's definitely a journey. It's its own journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
See, now I've got the opposite side.
Yeah, you got some.
I've got
old.
some kids are about to
go to
one's
college.
going into high school and one's about to go to college next year, which is trippy in itself.
That's so weird.
What's weird is that my oldest is the same age that I was when he and my wife, his mom, met.
Yes.
So
how's that make you feel?
Old. I mean, besides this,
that's fine.
But
that looks great.
It's crazy. I mean, I swear, it's funny how you can be. I mean, you look in the mirror and you're like, I don't feel the way I look.
Yeah.
Or
what the number is.
Or what the number is. Yeah. What the number is. When you tell people, I'm 44. It's like, I'm 44.
Yeah, but you look great.
Yeah.
You're in great shape.
Yeah.
It's
thick.
It's the whiskey.
Yeah, it's the whiskey. It's the whiskey. It's the whiskey, and
You ever thought about mixing this with whey protein?
No.
No. That's a hard no.
However, pre-workout has crossed my mind.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, that'd be rough.
Yeah,
that'd be just a dry scoop with a shot of whiskey.
It's a whiskey chaser.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can only imagine.
Could you imagine Gage doing that?
Oh God, yes. Yeah, that's the sad thing.
Yeah,
is,
right.
I think I could. Oh God,
Gage. So Gage is his younger.
He's my hellion.
Yeah, he's
my partner.
Good kid. He's a super good kid. We're training him.
Yeah.
So we got him in the gym. We're doing some fun stuff.
Yeah.
So
he and his buddy they're getting after it. They're of course they're beginners. They're learning, and with your coaching and your guidance,
I mean
they're making strides. They're doing really well. I'm proud of both of them from the little bit of time that they've done this and how far they've come in that short amount of time.
For sure. For sure.
I'm proud of both of them.
We need Gage to stop getting sick. He keeps hacking.
Well, I mean, I look at it two ways. One, like we said, it's him making sure he's eating properly, he's getting the rest he needs. But I also see is that he's pushing himself. I mean, when you tell him to jog, he's pushing himself.
He's on it. He's on it.
Yeah.
It's
it's
a little too much.
It's a little all the little things that if he would just tweak a little bit.
Yeah, it's the ancillary stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I keep telling him, and I've told you, and I've coached you. It's train, eat, sleep, repeat.
Yeah.
You've got to do it all. So the training part's relatively the smallest aspect of it. You're just in there just for the stimulus. You're just trying to get it done.
Right.
The sleeping and the eating and the resting and all that stuff is what's going to make it happen. You have to do those things. Right. And he's got the training part down. He works his ass off.
He takes the cues that you give him really well.
Yeah.
And I
put it in your buttle.
I wish the power portal.
The power portal.
Power portal. I wish I was able to kind of his muscle mind connection is fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good.
That is something I still struggle with, and I wish I was able to take. Well, I mean, mine's years of terrible form and bad habits.
Terrible habits.
But with him and getting at that age to where he can actually be molded properly.
Yeah, he doesn't have the years of crap that we got to get through with you.
Yeah.
So
that's what my wife says.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Yeah, he gets it down. He listens to the cues. He takes it into consideration. One thing is he's a little too limber.
Right.
His joints
something I'm probably
pop
sure
out.
you never heard in your life.
Oh, and me never. Oh
Yeah,
my God,
no.
no. I wish.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That one time in Puerto Rico. If only. Bless her heart.
Man.
But no, he's great. But your training's really good too. You're pretty on top of it. Whenever you're on it, you're on it.
We're able to get on there.
We're able to go. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the hard part.
And
right?
that's the biggest struggle that I'm having lately is just being able to set foot in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And it's carving out that, and you've said it, I've said it myself, and hundreds of other people have said it. You've got to make the time.
Yeah,
And
it's a priority.
Yeah,
but it's only as much of a priority as you make it to be, right? And even now, like, I'm struggling with that too. I'm, and this is my life. This is what I do. I've been training for 20 something years. I've been training other people for almost just as long. I've been doing nutrition for 20 years. Been doing this a long time. And right now, I'm struggling with trying to find the balance. So it's not about finding the time. Anyone can find the time. That's what people don't talk about. Yeah. People talk about, you got to find the time. No, bullshit. The time's there. Yeah. It's finding the balance and being able to compartmentalize like one task over another, right? And it's so hard to do. The more you have going on, the harder it is to compartmentalize things. Right. So no, we're in the same boat. We're struggling. We're trying. We're training 1 day a week, maybe right now. And we're used to doing 5 days. Oh yeah. 2 hours a day, 5 days a week.
As we're sipping on whiskey.
Yeah, whatever. It's anabolic whiskey.
It's carbs.
Yeah. Carbs.
There you go. Carbs.
But yeah, it's the 5 day a week thing is where I like to be. That is really good. Yeah. It's definitely, I guess, opening up a little bit. We probably should air it. Yeah. But it's good. It's much more, I get much more of the cherry.
Yeah.
And it's less aggressive. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. It's nice. I like it.
But the 5 days a week thing is, for me at least, primo. Because I can cover all body parts. I can get stupid strong. I can get really great conditioning. I can get exactly where I want to be within that 5 days. Yeah. Some people like the 3 days. Some people like the 4 day. Yeah.
I mean,
the point is just do something.
Do something. Yeah. Yeah. Get mobile. Yeah. Do the resistance training, and if I can get 3 days in, great. Yeah. I mean, if this one, I think in the last 2-3 weeks I've gone maybe a day or two each. And which is same. Which it's. I mean, I can physically tell that I haven't been going in like I normally do. Mentally, I feel it because I'll either feel just fatigued or just anxious when I don't get that time in, and so it's just a matter of, like you said, prioritizing it and just figuring it out, and just getting some kind of movement in.
You said something interesting just now. Anxious. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, like, I find that I'm on edge. Like, I'm just if I'm not able to get that outlet of going to lift, and that's usually my place to kind of get centered, to just kind of shut the world out and be present in what I'm doing for a couple of hours, not having to worry about work, home, or anything else. It's where I can go to I'm in competition with myself. I'm doing what I need to get myself right for that 2 hours a day. Yeah. And then, but with not being able to do that, you get these pent up frustrations and these, just the anxiety of a lot of things. And that's where I'm able to just shut that off and kind of hit a reset button, is when I get to go and lift. And if I don't do that, again, I get anxious, I get sluggish. It's just kind of a snowball effect of how I feel until I'm able to get back in and get back to doing what I need.
So that's super interesting, because lifting is just as much psychological as it is physical. I think even more so. I think even more psychological. You see all those memes all the time where people say that, I go to the gym so I don't kill people. You go to the gym to look good. I go to the gym to not murder someone, right? And that's definitely true. But absolutely, your anxiety is an interesting standpoint, and I hear that a lot. But my psychological attachment is more of being able to drive and push myself. So when I'm come across things in just everyday life, whatever it is I'm doing, I've already done this in the morning. That's why I train in the morning. Right. So I train in the morning. I've already done this. I've already pushed myself through this. This next thing is nothing. Right. So I wouldn't call it anxiety. I guess it kind of, in a way, can be. But for me, it's more of I can easily conquer this because I've conquered this. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that really helps me be able to focus and not be so completely overwhelmed. Because as you know, we talked before, I'm severely ADHD.
Yeah.
And the lifting puts life into perspective.
Right.
Right? Because nothing is going to be harder in my life on me than I am on myself.
Oh, yeah.
In the gym.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
So, no, that's interesting on the anxiety thing, because I never put it together quite like that.
Well, I mean, I guess that was probably the best way that I could explain.
Well, it's a solid,
especially being somebody who's probably undiagnosed ADHD. Well, my wife.
I definitely think
my wife does diagnose me. Just never really had a doctor say, "Yeah, that's."
I definitely think you are. You have a lot of the telltale signs.
I did like the analogy that you used about your mind being like a bunch of bouncy balls.
Oh, bouncy balls? You like that?
Yeah. And it's kind of how I feel sometimes.
Yeah. So explain it a little bit. Whenever I think of my brain as bouncy balls, and every single thought is one of those bouncy balls, and it's ricocheting in the skull, and it's just going all over the place, and it's impossible for me to grab a hold of one. And even if I do grab a hold of one, it's vibrating and moving so fast that it flees immediately.
Yeah.
And what medication does for me is it doesn't necessarily stop the bouncy balls. All it does is slows them down.
Right.
So it slows them down so where I can grab it and I can look at it and turn it and actually think about whatever it is that process is happening
right.
at the moment. And it's immensely helpful. I have tried everything. So that's actually, I don't know if I've told you this before, but that actually is what started me down the path for learning about nutrition.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The whole reason why I became so passionate about nutrition was being able to replace the medication, because I hate being on medication. It sucks, and I don't like it. It's very helpful, but it's still something external that I don't feel like I necessarily need. Up until a couple of years ago, it's like, this is the only thing that works.
Yeah.
But I literally dove down the nutrition road to figure out if there was anything else that I could do to replace that medication.
Right.
And I have yet to find it. And I've tried millions of permutations of things, from what gurus have said, what doctors have said, and nothing works.
Yeah.
Except the combination of the gym and
the medication.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I always keep wondering what would happen if I
took some medicine.
Yeah.
I've offered it to you.
Well, yeah, I did try it once. And I couldn't tell the difference immediately, but because I know it takes time for the medication to kick in.
Yeah.
But when I did try it, I felt present.
Yeah.
I guess is the best.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
that's
the best way I can put it.
Yes. Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. So
very much like in the moment, in the now.
Yeah.
Like you're not a million miles.
I wouldn't sit here having like just these random thoughts of like, ooh, shiny object. It was, I was able to focus as to what was going on.
Did you take it when we went to the gym?
Yeah.
You did? That's what it was?
Yeah.
What were we doing that day? Did we do deadlift that day?
No, we did bench that day.
Did we bench that day?
Yeah. And it was actually a day where you had me on the bamboo bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bamboo's fun, right?
Oh, God.
It's so good.
Just sitting there laughing like I'm having some sort of seizures. I'm like just sitting there trying to steady hold it up. You're like, bro, it's not that heavy. I'm like, I know, but I can't stop.
It's so hard. Bamboo's fun. If you guys have never done the bamboo bar, don't do it all the time. It's not one of those things that you do all the time.
No,
it's a simple training tool, but it adds a crazy amount of stimulus.
Oh, yeah, dude, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
It will mess you up.
Well, I mean, just trying to
control.
Just that control and the steadiness of the bar. And the minute you just slightly waver, you're toast.
Yeah,
you're done.
100%.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that another thing the bamboo bar teaches you is that it's not about being stiff.
Yeah.
It's about being in control. The more stiff you are, the more it goes. The more you're in control and the more relaxed you are, the more relaxed that bar will be.
Yeah.
And that was a tough lesson for me to learn, because all through powerlifting, right?
Yeah.
I was taught you must be stiff. You have to be rigid. Like the whole, you have to be as stiff as you possibly can, and that's as you should be to some degree. But at the same time, you need to be flexible. You need to be able to adjust on the fly. To have that kind of control. And the bamboo bar absolutely teaches you.
Right.
So it's a fantastic training tool. I love the bamboo bar.
Dude, are you getting chocolate?
Yes.
Like dark chocolate?
I'm getting coffee.
Ironically enough, as we talked about coffee earlier today.
Oh yeah. We're talking about so he like guru, right? Coffee guru.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So what? Yeah. So what do you like? What do you say that? What do you do? What do you do for the daily grind?
I am in coffee sales, company name to be omitted. I am in outside sales. I basically go out and will try to drum up new business for the company that I work for via convenience stores, office accounts, hospitals.
Big stuff.
Yeah. Refineries, auto dealerships.
Yeah.
Basically any place that's not a home.
Yeah.
I try to peddle my wares into.
Nice.
Try to get them to. Yeah.
Please, sir.
We have some more. No, it's I'm basically out there to bring a service to the consumer.
Yeah.
What we do is we give the customer the opportunity to have a coffee service brought to them. That way, that's one less thing they don't have to worry about. They don't have to worry about the equipment. They don't have to worry about placing the orders or making sure that they're getting their product on time. Basically, we come in, offer whatever will best suit their location, and we will come out to them, take the orders, maintain the equipment, and yeah.
And you've been doing this for how long?
Oh God, since 2011, so 13 years.
And you're gonna sit there and try to tell me you're not the coffee guru, dude?
Well, I mean, you pick up a little bit on the way. You pick up a little bit. You'll learn a thing
over 13 years.
Scotch,
a slight scotch. Yeah, no, you're definitely the coffee guru. I heard you on that sales call. You're like, well, you're right there on it. You don't sell though. That's the cool thing.
No, I don't. I
just talk to him.
No, I talk to him. I create a relationship with the customer, the contact, and find out what their struggles are. Just like with anything else. Just like the services you provide with health and nutrition, you find out what their struggles are, what it is that their goals are with. Just like with anything else. Where are the shortfalls from where you're currently at, or who your current provider is? What is it that they're not giving you that you're looking for?
Yeah, and whatever scope it is.
Yeah, and then what I do is try to provide them with a solution to what they're looking for. And the company that I work for, the product speaks for itself. It's a fantastic product. It's a well-known company, and they've been in business for years upon years. So it's not just the name that they're sold on, but also the service that we provide. Yeah,
the reputation.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel like that sales experience? Because you weren't in sales your whole career.
No.
But do you feel like the sales experience you've had has helped you in like a lot of other areas in life, being able to?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, what the biggest thing where I probably learned a lot of what I know now is behind the bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
You're a therapist. You're a buddy. You learn how to sell the product that you're looking to push or sell yourself.
Yeah, I feel like, and that's the thing that you hit the good note. So it's not you're selling the product. You're simply selling yourself, and then people buy the product from you. Right.
Exactly.
So you never have to sell, and that's something that the kind of what I was trying to get at was like people who haven't been in sales roles before. I feel like it's almost a disservice to their life, and it teaches you certain skills of how to communicate with someone in a way for in a targeted direction, right? Not necessarily trying to get them to do what you want them to do,
right?
But get them to understand their own pain, get them to understand their own shortcoming, and if you are in a position to offer that to them, you can enhance their life, right? Because I feel like sales and business is all of it is centered around making someo's life better in some way, whatever it is that good or service you're offering,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And I think you hit the nail on the head with that. I think it really enhances your ability to communicate with people, and I encourage all young people to go into a sales role, even if it's retail. Go work at Best Buy. Go work at Circuit City. What? No, Circuit City. Jesus Christ, I'm so old. Circuit City.
Wow.
Oh no.
Wow. We just saw a Radio Shack out there too.
I might as well. Yeah.
Oh god.
You guys need some transistors.
Radio Shack is anymore.
Radio Shack.
No,
I'm gonna build my own clock radio. Jeez.
I've always said that I think, especially for if you're 18, still trying to find something, get in a restaurant, get into waiting tables, working in that service industry. One is a humbling experience.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Two, it teaches you how to treat other people who are in the service industry. Mm-hmm. And
I agree with that.
I mean, because it seems like people have no patience for anything, and I think people. Well, but working in the service industry when it comes to like waiting tables is just an invaluable education in itself, and if I do and I don't want my kids to do that because
why don't you?
Oh, because of the corrupt nature of. You ever seen the movie Waiting with Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, for sure.
That is 100%.
I worked in the restaurant.
Okay, well then you know 100%. That is what.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and
but that's what was fun.
I know, but I'm not ready.
I know.
I'm not
okay,
ready for
Dad.
but dude, you have 2 girls.
You know what? That's valid.
Yeah. So
I feel like my girls. I feel like just knowing me. I feel like my girls are, by the time it gets to that point, they're definitely going to know how to take care of themselves.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
No question. I haven't helped the boy that tries to put any kind of wrongdoing upon either one of those girls.
And if they don't do something about it, no, Papa Bear is going to jump in.
I agree with that.
Yeah. No, you don't mess with my girls.
You can imagine what the front porch will look like with her first date.
Oh, man. Absolutely. You, me.
Oh, it's just gonna be just a bunch of bearded, just big dudes, just like
drinking whiskey,
holding
shotguns.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Back by 11.
You know what? 10:30. Some of us got to go to bed early.
I got shit to do tomorrow.
We're old. We're gonna be at the gym at 7 a.m.
That's so funny. So speaking of Papa Bear, so with it, we're calling this the Wicked Bearcast.
Wicked Bearcast.
Wicked Bearcast,
yeah.
Because we are
at lovely Wicked Ways Bar.
Yep. And we are I'm the bear muscle is what people call me and what I name my business coincidentally. So to the Wicked Bearcast.
Yeah. Episode 1.
Yeah, man. This is weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's like good though.
It's this is probably something supposed to be a little bit of being cathartic. Yeah. Kind of again, 2 guys just kind of bullshitting with life, work, struggles,
just
whatever,
inviting whoever in, come and just
have
join with us. Have a drink with us.
Make it 2.
Yeah, make it 2. Right, life is rough. Oh, it's been rough.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's 2024 has been a weird year.
It's been weird. So 2023. So I'll just sorry to make
no go.
2023, I had one of the best training years I've ever had. I got big.
Yeah.
I got real big. I got huge.
Big. Yeah.
I got big.
Yeah.
I got stupid strong.
Yep.
And then I tore my adductor.
Yeah.
Which is the muscle that goes into the groin, right on the leg, on the inside of the leg, and kind of stopped me in my tracks.
Right.
And then 2024, just like I've kind of just been coasting again, like we were saying. Like, I haven't been training as hard. I haven't. My nutrition's always on point.
Right.
That's just kind of routine at this point. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
But yeah, going into 2024, man, training's been off. Like stuff with my day job that I have has just been horrible, and like it's really distracting. This is what I want to do. Like this is what I want to do. I'm sick of dealing with everybody else's bullshit at the company that I work for.
Right.
The Fortune 100 company, very big company, very liberal company, not necessarily fits my views, right? Not saying that I'm super conservative, but
it leans a little too far to one direction.
Oh, gosh.
Then just kind of stay in the middle like most of America is.
My Lord. I told you about this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The sensitivity training and yeah. I have a file with HR. Let's just say that. I don't roll over.
It's a zip drive. It's not a file. It's a zip drive.
It's a zip drive. They had to compress it. Yeah. I'm so over it. And I'm sure, like, and I know I'm not the only one in that boat, right? There's tons of people out there that are in their jobs and they may at one point have loved their job. I loved my job when I first started at this company. I loved what I did. I had an amazing job. I worked on an amazing team. And, as times change, things change, people change, teams change.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right?
As they always do.
As they always do. And now I'm in the position that I don't really like, and two, working for people that I really don't like working for. And it sucks now.
Yeah.
Right? And I can almost promise there are a ton of people out there in that situation.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you've got to make a change for yourself. Do not just take it. Make the change necessary. As we've talked about before, my change necessary is taking what I've been doing on the side for years, right? Yeah. And making that the full-time thing, right?
Right.
Now, I don't necessarily want to leave because I have 3 months of parental leave. So I want to take advantage of that. So
3 months?
3 months.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for 3 months? I mean, of course I'll take care of the kid, but...
Train. The kid will be fine. I'll put it in the kennel with the dog.
There you go.
Yeah, it's fine. Keep it caged.
I actually have pictures of Gage with, and I think Noah too, with the kennel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I believe that.
Oh, totally.
They're warm.
Yeah. It's like having a stuffed animal that just,
that moves
hugs you back. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but no, for sure. No, I'll be taking care of the kid, but I'm going to take it. So it's not just 3 months. The cool thing is there are some perks working for a big company, but I can take it over any span of time I want. Like I have a year to take it, so I can spread it out for the entire year if I want to. I'm going to spread it out for 6 months. Okay. So I'll do like week on, week off, week on.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
So it'll coincide with my wife's schedule.
Nice.
We kind of mix and match because her job.
Yeah.
That's a whole story in itself, but so we'll stretch it out. So I've got till February.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to February, and there's something both refreshing about that and really scary, because we've been brought up to believe that the paycheck is important, and the paycheck is like you work for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's not really the case. That's not really the way it should be. You should work to improve someone's life.
Right.
And then the money follows from that, right? You provide goods and service, and then the money comes from that. So the better goods and service you provide, the more money you should be getting.
Right.
It's not necessarily for a paycheck. Right?
Right.
Don't feel like you have to do that. I kind of feel like you're somewhat in that boat.
A little bit.
But yeah, live the life you want to live, and if you find yourself in a position that you are really unhappy with, change it.
Yeah.
It's hard. Nobody said it would be easy.
Oh.
Too much.
No. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. What happened?
Now, just leaving it open, letting it breathe.
Better? Here.
Oh, it's...
Because I'm a little watered down.
I mean, the berry...
that's rich.
The berry flavor.
Oh,
it's come out so much more.
Really cherry.
Yeah.
The cherry is strong.
Yeah. It's that is a heavy cherry flavor.
That is so much... It got me a little bit there. Good whiskey, though. Yeah, no, it's so much more mellow.
Yeah.
We should have let it air.
We should let it breathe a little bit more. Yeah, but...
Do they have aerators for whiskey like they do for wine?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I'm very much a novice at when it comes to whiskey. I'm a firm believer in I know what I like.
Mm.
I mean, I'll get subtle notes and hints of different things, aromatically or through the taste buds.
Right.
I would never claim to be anything more than a novice unless I became a master distiller, which I wouldn't mind doing. But,
dude,
it's a whole other.
The world's your oyster,
right?
Do it.
But so
is that like a whiskey sommelier, or does just like
a master distiller is somebody who actually will kind of cultivate and create the taste of the whiskey or the bourbon.
So you're engineering the flavor you want to get.
Okay. So whatever flavor profile that you're wanting to put forward is what they would be doing.
It's cool.
Oh, I think it'd be a blast.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I mean,
do it.
It's something I'm actually actively looking into. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I
would love. a little dream that I've kind of
Dream
jokingly,
a little dream.
that I've jokingly had with my wife and my sister-in-laws is that having a distillery out like in the hill country area, but also having it where there's a bread and breakfast kind of side to it.
So fun.
So you have the distillery there, you have food trucks out there.
Oh yeah.
And and then you have like kind of a campground area where you have these adobe dome looking huts, fully furnished, with a glass ceiling top to where you can actually see into the hill country sky.
That's so cool.
So where you see nothing but just hill country, thousands of stars.
That's so
cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be a huge dream of mine.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that would be
a blast.
That would be so cool. That would be wicked.
That would be wicked.
Very nice.
Wicked ways.
Yeah, that would be wicked.
Yeah.
No, I think you should. I definitely think you should do it. I can't remember if you mentioned that. I don't think.
I
mentioned that.
I think I had. I think it was like an
like a side thing.
Yeah, it was like a side thing. Yeah.
You totally should, man. I don't know what's involved. You have to have. Is it like you got to go to school for X amount of years, or is it
I don't know.
How does that work?
I mean, I do know that there is a master distiller class I believe you can take. Not really sure what the length is, but
it's not like a master class. Like you're talking about like a
no. I mean, it's
in depth.
actual,
like you sit down and you're like, okay, here's what you're smelling, here's what you're tasting, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and then like I don't know. These are the ingredients to get this kind of flavor over this amount of time.
Right.
Like whatever. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I know jack shit. I know the notes that I like.
Right.
And I know the feeling I want to get, but I don't know quite how to get there.
Yeah.
Right. Like. Yeah. I like to think of I wouldn't even consider I'm not even close to being an amateur, but I know the journey that I want to go on,
right? And
that's why like hanging out with someone who does know can like take me on that journey is so much better because I've sat down with other people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, and you're drinking whiskey and like I just kind of
you've got to get an idea of what that other person's palate is, what their experience is when it comes to whiskey. I mean, there are some who are just there to mix it with Coke and that they're not looking for an experience. They're looking for a buzz or just a social drink that they can't really taste anything.
Drink some McCormick's.
I mean, you can drink,
Everclear. Isopropyl alcohol.
Well. Yeah, I mean Sunnybrook or whatever. Just whatever's going to get you there. Fine, that's your preference. Go for it. I mean, you do you. But it's like you said. It's all about the feeling, the journey. What is it that you're looking for? I mean, I like to. I mean, there's been bottles that I've had where it will always remind me of specific times. It's the flavors, or it's just the experience. I mean, Metallica Blackened will always have a soft spot in my heart, just because one, it's actually a great whiskey. I enjoy it.
And what makes it special to you, though?
It's me sitting with another powerlifting buddy and sitting outside and just trying to solve the world's problems.
Yeah, that's fun. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah. And you were sitting outside. It was November, and it was just wanting to kind of hang out for just a drink. And a drink turned into the bottle's gone.
Yeah.
And it was just us talking and hanging out.
Yeah.
And and since then, there's always been a bottle of Blackened behind my bar.
Love it.
Yeah, and there always will be.
I love that.
Or Balcones. Balcones is this is a bottle that, I mean, a brand, I should say, where there will always be some kind of Balcones behind my bar, simply for the fact that this reminds me of two other buddies of mine who I've known one for over 20 years. The other one has been the entire length of my current career. And we discovered it together.
Yeah.
And we've shared it ever since.
Yeah, so it's not the whiskey you're attached to.
No, it's the experience. Yeah. It's the memory.
It's the love.
Yeah, exactly.
It's love.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So now it'll be 3.
No, I appreciate that. And with an exclusive club.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's that's really interesting. You said something that was really good about when you're sitting with your buddy and you're trying to solve the world's problems, and probably I wasn't there obviously, but it would probably just happen that way. It wasn't like you went into the conversation saying, okay, we have something to accomplish, we have something we have to do, we need to do the XYZ, this is how we're going to do it. No. You sat down with your buddy and you started talking and you started discovering things, right?
Right. I mean, it's very much like what the purpose behind Wicked Bear is. We're not here to solve the world's problems. We're just here to have a conversation.
Yeah.
We're here to kind of...
Well, if we solve the world's problems on the way...
Hey,
cool.
Always looking for endorsements.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, none of this is scripted. I don't know if you can tell. We don't know what we're doing. Yeah.
What are you talking about? This is totally scripted.
Yeah, it is. Check your notes.
Yeah.
No, where it's
it always starts off with just kind of just trying to sit down and vent and just relax and just have somebody to
bounce off of.
Exactly.
Yeah, but my point was you sat down and you start discovering, and you go through this discovery phase with someone else, and you start learning about them, and you start coming up with solutions to your problem in a very organic way. Right?
Absolutely.
And it's funny how things that always start off in a very simple, easygoing way can end up in situations where I know what to do now.
Yeah.
Whatever it is
in
life. Right. Even if it doesn't even pertain to you, maybe it's like, oh, I figured out what my wife needs to do.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I find that type of organic conversation the most beneficial, better than going in with like a scripted meeting or anything like that. It doesn't have to be fleshed out. Right? No. Again, that was the concept behind what we're doing today.
And a lot of times it was never about looking for the end result.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. It was about, again, it's the journey.
Mm-hmm. So what's your current journey look like? What's the most prevalent thing in your mind right now?
God, like as far as like work wise, home wise.
What was the most important for you?
Not to raise assholes.
Yeah, it's the boys, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
good.
It's well, not that one of us an asshole. Just
I think that's valid.
Honestly,
there's a lot of assholes in the world.
Honestly, it's to help.
I'm on a ship full of assholes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Good. Yeah. I like it.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
I'm surrounded by assholes. God, I love
the boys.
Movie.
Sorry,
no, but it's honestly, it's. I'm hoping to be able to raise two young men who are self-efficient, who are not dependent upon society, but who can actually be able to be problem solvers on their own.
I just got like tree bark.
Really?
Yeah, real bitter.
Huh?
Yeah,
interesting. I don't like it. That's an interesting. But. Yeah, I mean...
Sorry.
No.
ADHD.
No, believe me. I get it. Believe me. I do. Because right now all I have are Spaceballs. Like,
I know we do.
Jam!
Fuck, we've been jammed.
Strawberry jam. I hate strawberry. This is going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
But no, so I mean, to help raise young men who are actually sufficient and who are capable of being productive members of society, and people who are going to work hard and that same
pave
note,
their own way.
Yeah, but on that same note, try not to be too big of an asshole to my wife. Try to be a good husband.
Do you feel like you have been an asshole to your wife?
I know I'm a pain in the ass. I know I'm that.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah, well, no, I know, but I mean, there's a lot of emotional growing that I have to do, and I mean, there's better ways to kind of react and express myself.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the moment, I don't see myself being somebody... I never raise my voice in anger. And I've never done anything like that. But I have responded in a stern tone to where it does seem like I'm angry. And I in the moment, I don't mean it to be, but I have responded in that tone to where, she's like, what are you mad about? I'm like, not mad at anything, but because of my retort or my response and in the tone of it, even though I don't mean it to be, has come across that way. So I'm trying to be more cognizant of that and to learn how to take a minute before I respond instead of just going, bah!
Yeah, right. Just that's so hard to do.
Yeah, and so that's something I'm actively working on.
Yeah.
So those are probably my two biggest things.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Allow me to retort.
Please.
Sorry. That's all I could think of was Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
Right when you said that, I was like, shut up, let him finish. It's so hard.
That is a tasty burger.
Yeah, that was a tasty burger. Can I have some of that soda to wash down this delicious burger? Jesus Christ.
We're gonna have to come up with like a little segment where we talk about the recommended movies.
There's so many. It's so hard. That's super, super interesting. And I don't know if maybe that's I have the same problem. So absolutely. Now I have anger problems. I have some anger issues, and I get frustrated, and I do lash out of that frustration.
Right.
And I tell my wife, she's like, she thinks I'm angry. I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm frustrated. I'm not angry. And she's like, no, you're angry.
Exactly.
Like, no, I'm not angry. And I do respond sometimes aggressively.
Right.
Especially when I have a toddler at home who is just as spacey as I am. He's all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And he's God, he's so much fun. Holy shit, he's into everything. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so irritating sometimes. And it's so hard, and I get frustrated with him, and I will get not like, I'm not yelling at him, but I get a little animated, right, and I get a little aggressive with my tone and my movements,
right.
And she has to come in and I'm big on touch. I'm big on physical touch. So she has to come in and she just puts her hand or something on me and said, "Hey, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Calm down." And I deal with that really bad. So I don't know if it's a blood thing or when I say that, ancestry kind of thing.
Right.
Or if it's an ADHD thing, I'm just too stimulated, I'm overwhelmed.
I'm thinking it's a combination of the two.
Yeah, it could be.
One, you and I come from the similar background, ancestry from what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Two, both of us having ADD or ADHD.
I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed pretty easy.
I mean, it's gotten to the point
I just
where,
lash out.
It's getting to the point where now, even hearing, we'll be at the dinner table and we'll hear the kids gulping, when they're swallowing.
He told me
and I'm
that.
Could you not do that? And
what,
he's
eat?
Yeah, he's like, what, swallow? And I'm can you not do it that loud? He's like, I don't know how to do it any softer. And Stacey's like, that's your dad's ADHD rage. And I'm like, is that what that is?
This is my whole life.
It's just I swear to God, there are just some things that noises or sounds that are amplified.
Yeah. Do you have any noises that you hear and it just makes you want to vomit and it digs at your soul? Do you have any sounds like that?
God. Yeah. Yeah, and the audible gulp does that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
To give you shivers?
Yes. Oh, I'm just, it's everything not to me be I swear to God, if you don't knock that off, I'm going to choke the life out of you.
Mine is metal on metal. A metal spoon and a metal...
scratching is styrofoam.
Really?
Yes.
And I've heard that from other people who are ADHD as well. It doesn't bother me that much. Styrofoam, the squeaking and the creaking does not bother me. But that the metal on the metal spoon. Oh God!
Breathe through.
And when my wife wants me to get out of the kitchen, she'll fucking grab a spoon and scrape. It's so bad.
The visceral reaction that you're giving is just hilarious.
Oh God, it hurts my stomach. And I've heard other people have who have the same kind of reactions to
Yeah.
like certain sounds.
Oh,
but I've heard
it's-
styrofoam too.
I mean, it's
or like nails on a chalkboard, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, well,
that
that's-
doesn't. But that doesn't bother me.
see, I mean,
I had a teacher that would do that all the time.
it's not the nails on the chalkboard. It's like when they do the chalk, and it makes that
The squeak, the high pitched
squeal. I could
Really?
It like shoots up the back of my spine, like,
doesn't
and
bother
it
me.
just gets me all right here, and it's just like
I had
No.
a teacher in like I was like 8th grade or like, but people would be talking in class
Yeah.
or whatever, and he'd just reach over and do that, and it was like, and everyone would like freak out, and I'm like,
yeah,
whatever, I don't care.
Then he gets a spoon and just
He gets
just fall to the ground and just start yelling at your own sorts of
stop it. Gosh, that's I hate that sound. But yeah, that's interesting. There's other people that have the same
Oh
sound.
yeah, it's just apparently it's just there are just that overstimulation is just it freaks. It didn't freak me out, but I'm just like,
Is it the sound or the feeling? Like you feel the hands on the styrofoam.
I feel the
Yeah.
sensation.
So same thing with them.
Like and the only way that the best way that I can describe how it feels to me is like it's this rage. Like if I were able to just rip off my
Just
skin,
hulk your way out.
just rip myself out of myself.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's like there's just like this. As lame or stupid as this might sound, it's like it feels like there's just like this werewolf within. You ever see like in the horror
Bursting
movies,
out.
and he's just like ripping at itself
Yeah.
to like finally be released?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get. So it's the same kind of thing, but it's not it's not like I want to bust out. It's this like overwhelming rage.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's kind of. I think it kind of.
I guess it's
kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I get like when we go to like
all I want to do is run away though. Like I don't want to like act aggressively. I just want to get like my
you
instinct
want to separate
is,
yourself from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not a fight or flight. And I want to fight. It's definitely flight. Like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It's like it's in everybody's best interest that I leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like if I feel that way with like large crowds. Like when we go to,
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
That's interesting.
Like when we go to.
Do you feel like this goes back to the anxiety thing, right? With
Yeah.
like working out. Do you feel like it's worse when you're not lifting?
Oh, absolutely.
That's interesting.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. So you can tolerate crowds better, like when you're
if I'm actively
in a routine.
In a routine.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like I could. But like right now, like for example, we're supposed to go to an Astros game this weekend.
That stresses you out.
Just the sheer thought of being like
Bumping into people and like
people
having
and,
to navigate a crowd.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's really
like rodeo time, going to any kind of like sporting events.
rodeo.
Oh, I do. But it's like just that mass like grouping. I can't stand. It drives me insane. I hate it.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
So my dad was like that.
Yeah.
My dad had a real hard time with big crowds, and I'm wondering if it's linked to what I discovered about myself. For me, it's not so much the large crowds that bother me because I can be around large crowds. It's the complete overstimulation of sights, sounds, smells. It's my senses just being completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I cannot filter it out.
Yeah.
I cannot process it.
And I think that might be it because like if we are sitting down, like let's say we're at a sporting event and we're sitting down, there's large crowds around us. I'm okay. It's that actively navigating through it.
Yeah.
That just irks me.
Yeah.
It didn't stress me out, but it's just like I'm about ready to just like barrel through people just to get to where I want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it could be just the whole sensory overload.
It could be. I have problems with like we had a lot of these growing up, like carnivals and fairs.
Yeah.
Because of not necessarily. I don't think it was necessarily the crowd. It was like all the sounds from the different booths and all the smells of the food, the different kinds of food, and like all the flashing lights. Like it's so overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
I cannot process it. And then like it takes me 3 or 4 days of like needing to just chill out and like be alone for me to like come back to homeostasis. Like it's pretty great. It can be pretty debilitating.
Yeah, whenever we do something like that, that's why this is my favorite room of the house. Is because nobody really comes in here. It's usually just me. I shut the door.
Yeah, it's your space.
And it's my space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to keep in mind, we do family night in here and stuff, and we're watching TV and stuff. But
it's also your family. It's people you're incredibly comfortable with, and you can anticipate their movements, anticipate their sounds, all that.
But this is where I come to just kind of decompress. Outside of, being in the gym.
Yeah.
This is the only other room where I'm like,
yeah. You said something that was really interesting earlier, too, about being in the gym.
Yeah.
About how it prepares your psyche for being able to tolerate things outside.
Yeah.
And, like, that's kind of a driving force.
Right.
For me, it's almost the opposite. In that I go to the gym and it's one of the only places that I'm fully in the moment.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm there just to be there.
Right.
And it's not so much that I'm forgetting everything else or that I'm pushing everything else off, because they're very much there.
Right.
They're very present. But you
can put it out of mind from it. You can put a pin in it and you can keep for that boop. Yeah. It'll keep for that little bit, that couple of hours.
Yeah. Is that what you were saying before?
Yeah. I mean, you're putting a pin in it. It'll keep for that couple hours.
It's so
while you're doing the one thing that you're focused on.
This is like, that's it. Like, I'm here to do this, and that's it, and nothing else matters. And then at the same time, for me, the gym is almost like drinking with a buddy. Like, to me, the gym is a very social thing.
It's very cathartic. I mean, it's again. I mean, like you had said before earlier. It's those memes where it's like, I go to the gym because I can't afford therapy, that kind of thing. I mean, it's very much that.
Yeah, but there's such a social aspect to it.
Right.
And I don't think people talk about that enough. Like, you can use the gym, like going out drinking with your buddies. The gym is the same thing. Well, it's more constructive, I think. But like, I go there to have an experience that I have a very... Like, my experience is my experience, my journey is my journey. But when you're there and someone else is on a journey, their own journey as well, but on the same path.
It crosses the path.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's the same kind of line, same thing.
Right.
Like, there's a bond that occurs there, and there's a camaraderie there, right? And you can riff off the other person, you can push them, they push you, and you have this, like, wonderful social experience that you don't get when you go by yourself. Like, if I have to go by myself, I will. I have no problem training by myself.
Yeah.
But going, like, having a training buddy or having someone to go to the gym with changes the dynamic.
Well, absolutely.
Entirely.
Yeah. I mean, having somebody to help motivate you, having someone not only to help motivate you to get up and get in there, but also somebody who's going to look at you and go, bro.
Yeah, that was
you're
shit.
Done. No, just you're done. Oh. You're gassed.
Yeah.
You do anything else, you're going to hurt yourself. Yeah. So having somebody there to help
push you and reel you back.
And also hold you. Mm-hmm. Or not, I don't want to say hold you back.
I'll hold you. No, it's fine.
Somebody help coach.
I'll hold you.
Yeah. Well, that's
I like to cuddle. I'm a cuddler.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
That took me years. I told you that story with me and Jeff, right?
Yeah.
That took me years to learn. So I did a max attempt on squats. Pretty good amount of weight. And I did it for 8 attempts. And the first 7 were not at depth. I was not hitting depth. And I was like, more, I have to keep going. And everybody kept telling me, dude, you're at a PR, stop.
Yeah.
I finally got it.
But
that was a bad choice. Yeah. So yeah, having someone there that you respect and that you can listen to, especially as we get older, right?
Oh, yeah.
Makes all the difference in the world.
Right.
I'm still learning. I am not good at reeling myself back, because when I go into something, I'm balls deep.
Right.
Let's go. We're going.
Yeah.
And I'm now learning through, especially the recent injuries, like, okay, tap the brakes, turbo,
Yeah.
You're okay. You're good. You have nothing to prove except prove to yourself, and you don't have to do that today.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, that being said, which brings up another good point about surrounding yourself with people.
Oh, the right people.
Yeah, surrounding yourself with the right people. Putting your aces in the right places. As I was once told.
Yeah, that's good.
And one thing that I would love for us to see us do here on the podcast is bring in people who are knowledgeable in their specific fields of things that we like to discuss.
Yeah.
Whiskey, cigars,
lifting,
nutrition. Those who, not necessarily have more knowledge, but have
other
another perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Mobility training, things of that nature.
Oh,
so
we all need that.
having. Oh God. Yeah, don't even.
Poor Gage.
poor Reynolds.
Poor Reynolds.
Yeah. But no, just
poor Corey.
People,
poor Andrew.
Poor Corey and Andrew. Yeah. Right.
Good Lord.
But just inviting others to have a cocktail with us and to have a discussion.
Yeah. Around their
around their field of expertise.
Yeah.
And again, to help us gain a bit more knowledge to what we're looking to do to better ourselves on our journey. As well as having a good conversation.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Learning a bit more about each other.
Yeah, we absolutely will do that. Man, your phone is blowing up.
I'm telling you, I know.
Good Lord. Yeah, we absolutely will be doing that for sure.
Yeah.
We'll flesh it out as we go. Again, we don't know what we're doing. So
this is episode 1. This is just for fun.
Yeah.
Again, this is all for fun. This is for shits and giggles. And should anybody respond to watch the video or respond to it, have questions or comments or suggestions. We're happy to take anything because we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah. Well, let's put it in context, right? The whole purpose of this, right? The whole purpose of what we're trying to do and accomplish is have a conversation between us that's very candid, that is about life in general, being a dad, right? Being a husband, right? Being a lifter,
being a buddy,
what it means to live a healthy life, what it means to still enjoy life, even though what some people say is unhealthy.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with a drink with a buddy every now and then. Are you and I going to go get plastered today?
God, no.
No. Are we ever going to go out and get plastered? No.
Maybe. Well, you never say never with that.
Probably.
Trust me, there have been times where you don't start off that way.
Yeah, that's true. It may happen. The point is...
All right, so what you mean is you're never going to go out with the purpose of getting wasted.
Yes.
It can happen along the way.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be all the time.
No. God, no.
It needs to be incredibly, incredibly rare. But the point is, Corey, derail. The point is, enjoy a whiskey, enjoy some cheesecake, enjoy what life has to offer, but that doesn't mean that it has to be the bulk of life. The bulk of life should be, at least in my perspective, and what I've learned through the years of doing this, is consistency, constantly pushing yourself forward, and adjusting according to the situation. Right? And that's simple, right? But by no means is that easy.
No.
Right?
Oh, no, absolutely.
So, yeah, we want to have a conversation. We want to talk about being a dad, being a husband, living life, being like lifting, nutrition, all that
absolutely,
jazz. And enjoying it.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, I like that. It's good.
Doing the work and enjoying the life that you have.
Yeah. Do you have any major regrets from this past year? So 2024 has been weird. I've got some.
Selling myself short.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like the start of the nutrition journey. Okay.
Yeah.
I overthought it.
Okay.
I mean, week 1 and week 2, I had fantastic results. Week 3, excuse me, not
month. You mean
month 3? Pardon me. Thank
you. Month 1, month 2.
Month 1 and month 2, I was getting fantastic results.
Yeah.
I was on schedule.
You were on it. Yeah.
Month 3, when I was like, oh God, I'm on my own, I freaked out. I overthought it.
Yeah, but it didn't have to be that way.
You're right. It didn't.
You wanted it that way.
I wanted it that way because, kind of like what we were talking about earlier with the boys this morning, is I was too busy looking for variety and not looking at the aspect of this is fuel. This isn't.
Food is fuel.
Like I told them earlier. We associate food with celebratory moments. We associate foods with gatherings and get-togethers, and fun, good times. But when it comes to the journey that I'm trying to be on and continue to stay on, I need to look at food as fuel, not as something that it's got to be decadent, it's got to be delicious, it's got to blow my mind every time.
Yeah, it's not going to.
No, and it's not. I mean, do I have the foods that I like? Absolutely. But what I've always found comical is how there are some foods that you can eat over and over and over and be
perfectly satisfied.
Perfectly satisfied.
So good.
And be good for you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And then there are other foods that you can over and over and over again and be incredibly satisfying and just be absolute garbage.
Oh yeah.
And it's
we've been duped as a society into thinking that the stuff that's garbage is so easily accessible that that's what we should gravitate to.
Right.
Because it's easy.
Right.
Right? Stuff that's super healthy and that it can be decadent, can be just as easily prepared,
right,
and take almost no time at all, and be just as healthy and just as delicious.
Right. Yeah. So I'd say that's been my biggest regret is.
I think you were absolutely ready. I think the option you chose. I don't think you were ready for the journey. You weren't ready for the experience. Probably. Of doing it yourself.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
You were ready to do it. It just... And there were other things that were happening at the same time. Yeah. Right? But I don't know how much of that was an excuse. It may not have been. I don't know. But...
I mean, but if... Part of it is probably laziness. And just actually putting in the time to go in there and...
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because maybe at that time, but not anymore.
No, not anymore. No, because, I mean, that's kind of my Sunday routine now is where I get up early in the morning, I make breakfast, and I start getting everything ready to start prepping for the week. And now instead of it being for one, it's for two.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I've got to readjust my recipes because, dude, this last beef bowl between him and I, the flavor was just so lacking.
Really?
Oh yeah, and it was.
You had which one you talking about the beef and skillet?
Yeah, but it was like 6 pounds of beef. I only did one can. I didn't put.
You gotta adjust.
I did like 1 can of the roasted tomatoes, and it should have been at least 3.
At least 2. At least 2.
For 6 pounds?
Yeah, because I normally do. Yeah, I do 1 can for 3.
1 can for 3 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, it should have been 2
at least. Yeah, but that's still 50% where you should have been. That's a massive difference.
Yeah, and I mean there was that. There was I think I only did like 1.5 cups of chopped peppers. No, sorry. It was 2.5 cups of chopped diced peppers.
What peppers? The jalapenos?
No, the chili pepper, like a red bell.
Oh, bell peppers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah, you needed more than that.
I think what I need to do is I need to cook my stuff separate from Gage.
No, I think you need to...
because he's so... He can be
wants it bland or what?
And he likes, he didn't like the tomatoes in there, the roasted tomatoes.
Food is fuel.
I know.
It doesn't matter if he likes it or not.
Well, then there's also the distribution of it all.
Yeah, that can get a little tricky.
Yeah, that's where it's getting kind of...
Because if you were distributed evenly, right, that would be 6 meals for you and 12 meals for him.
Right.
There's no way that's going to last. You can freeze it, I guess, but I mean.
Well, I mean that's what we're kind of doing. Like I've got 4 things of the meat in the freezer right now. So, and so it's just. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if anybody else has even talked about stuff like this, but like the nuances of meal prep, right? It's not. It seems like it's all you see all stuff on influencers on Instagram and stuff, and they make it like they never talk about kind of the intricacies for someone just coming into it. So let's kind of break it down a little bit, right? The easiest way to do it by far is have all your measurements. Now I do some of my measurements that are post cooked, which is like rice. I like to measure rice post cooked just because the nuances of the different types of rice can change the macros, right? And even if I'm working with an athlete, it gets a little more specific on what kind of rice I get. But Anyway, that aside, almost everything is pre-cooked, right? Measure everything out pre-cooked, and do it per meal.
Yeah.
Right? Everything I give on my nutrition plans is based on per meal, right? So however many meals you want to make, take those measurements, multiply by however many meals, cook it all together.
Yeah.
Make it all one big kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you distribute evenly by weight for each meal prep container, right? So for me, my journey right now, I am on half a pound of beef per meal.
Same here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we're about the same body weight. About half a pound of beef per meal, and I'm using it winds up being a sixth of a pound of broccoli slaw, right? And then I'm doing like a third of a cup of rice.
Right? So you drastically cut your
I'm cut. I cut carbs way down. I'm super low carb right now. I'm almost at about where Reynolds is at, so about 150.
Wow. Yeah. How lethargic are you feeling?
Oh, I'm great.
Okay.
Yeah. No, okay. Fat's high. I'm
okay.
Fine. Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay. Energy is good. I'm at about a 600 or 700 calorie deficit.
Okay.
As it says, but protein's still really high right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm good. But yeah, so I'll take those measurements, right, and then multiply by 6 because I'm doing 6 meals at a time, right? And that tells me exactly how much I need to make. Start cooking it, put it all together, and then have my scale. And the scale, I'm not so much worried about how much beef it was because it was pre-cooked, or how much the broccoli sauce should weigh. I'm worried about each meal being the same weight. Right. That's all I care about.
Now, when you're talking about everything pre-cooked or your distribution, are you talking about the meat too? So when you call for half a pound of meat, are you talking that's pre-cooked or post-cooked?
That's pre-cooked.
That's pre-cooked. Okay. All right.
Have you been doing it post?
I've been doing post.
Yeah. And I do pre-cook, especially for beef. For chicken, too. Chicken is super important because you'll lose about 25% of your chicken. Yeah. It's absolutely pre-measured weight. And the reason I do that is based on USDA food charts. So I base all of my numbers off the USDA raw choices. So each time it's a little different. Lower quality chicken will yield more water. Right. Higher quality chicken will be less water. But over the span of time, it kind of averages out. Yeah. The meat's pre-cooked. The beef needs to be pre-cooked because we want the fat. Right. With the chicken, if you drain the chicken, you're losing a lot of the pre-weight cook, right? Pre-cooked weight. When you do that, protein needs to be a certain number, right? If you are putting too much protein in, you need to be at a high level of protein. I'm going to get slack for this, but this is absolutely true. You don't want to be over protein, for the main reason of it's unnecessary.
And it can be unhealthy.
At some point, we're talking on the extreme. But my point is like you reach a certain level of your protein intake, and you're not getting any additional benefit, right? And protein's expensive. Any kind of protein you're going to buy is going to be expensive. Don't do that. Right, hit the number you need to hit and leave it. Right, so don't do too much. So if I do, let's just say it's 10 ounces. Right, let's say that the number you need to hit is going to be 10 ounces. Right. Okay. Well, if you do post cooked 10 ounces, it's actually like 13 or 14 ounces. Okay. Because of the water loss, right? If you do 10 ounces pre-cooked, it's going to yield about 8 ounces-ish of post-cook weight. Okay. That's okay. That's fine. Okay. Right? It's based on those pre-cooked numbers. Okay.
So when you call for, like when you have a chicken meal and you're calling for 10 ounces...
That's pre-cooked.
Pre-cooked.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 ounces.
Got it.
So that means you take the raw chicken breast. Right. And then you're weighing out raw. Right. To get the right number. Okay. Cut it up, put it in strips, however it is you're going to prepare it. Well, I don't care. And like that is now your amount. Now, I do recommend buying high quality chicken, right? If you go to, for whatever reason, Costco used to have excellent chicken. The chicken's crap. It's not near as good as it used to be.
That's what I've been getting. Costco.
It's not. It's so much water now. I don't know what the big ones I don't know what the deal is. It used to be excellent quality. It's not near as good.
Really, because even after cooking them and baking them in the oven,
oh man,
they're still just huge.
The ones I've been getting lately have been dog shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of juice on the pan.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's a lot of loss.
There's still a lot of chicken on there.
Yeah, I've been going back to like just like the HEB.
Yeah,
HEB is excellent quality too. Like for those not in Texas, HEB is one of our primo stores. And Kroger too. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Those are great sources for the and the beef too. But I do like getting beef from Costco. I feel like they're really accurate with their measurements. Like
the 8812 is just
it's a nice little sweet spot.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah. No, I'm cool with that. I think I've been getting a 93.7 lately. And I don't think it's actually a 93.7. This is from a bigger store. This is from not Costco. This is from a different store. I'm not gonna say who it is, but it's from a different store, and I think it's closer to like an 85-15. Like it's really fatty. Yeah, wow. And I'm not bitching about it. It was so good, but so good. That will throw your macros off. So it's important to get like a high quality source, right? Yeah. Now for me, I can gauge it and I can say, okay, my fat I can feel it when you're doing this for a long enough time. You can feel it. You kind of feel where your body's at.
Yeah,
I can feel that my fat's a little high, so I cut back a little bit early, like later in the day. Like I use less butter.
Right.
It evens out. I'm pretty good. But I track, like I'm really on top of my tracking and all stuff.
Right.
For novices out there, for like people that I write plans for, I do recommend getting like a really good source until you can get to the point where you
start gauging.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everything's pre-cooked. Except for rice, I do a post-cook just because it changes between the different kinds of rices you buy.
Right.
But yeah. So you've been doing the post-cook on the meat?
Yeah, which is probably why I'm still sitting around the weight that I'm at.
Yeah, I mean there's calories in protein.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. So that's that's good to know. But see now, what I've been doing though is I've been measuring it out. But there's also already had the bean and the peppers and the corn added into it. Mm-hmm. So when I'm divvying it out, I'm just trying to, instead of probably doing what I should have done was taking the amount of protein pre-cooked and just getting that number and then dividing it into
the different containers, or split it by 6 or whatever number.
Or saying, okay, I need 5 6 ounces and then I need however many 8 ounces, and then going from there. That's probably what I should have done. But
you should. The best for you, you're talking about with you engage.
Yeah.
The best thing to do for you engage is you did it right by cooking it all together.
Right.
But then whatever split amount you need, that you need half. He's at 50%, right, of yours?
Yeah, he's at half.
Yeah. So you need to. Yours are going to be roughly 1 and like a pound and 6 ounces is going to be roughly the size of that.
Right.
Is that pretty close?
Well, no, because if I'm doing 8.
I'm talking about with the rice.
With the rice. Oh, well, the rice I do. I'll measure that out into each container.
Yeah.
He'll get the 6.
Yeah, I think for you is take the weight of what it should be. It is for you, and then take that out of the pan first.
Yeah.
Right. And then try to get it as level as you can, and then for him,
we'll see
the rest of it.
That's what I'm talking about is like when you like in the instructions on how to cook. So let's say the beef and bean bowl. Okay, we throw in the beans and the corn and all that together with the meat. Correct? Yeah. So when you're divvying that out, how are you able to divvy that out?
So in that chart that I gave you, right? It has like quarter cup or whatever, right? So before you start cooking, you know that you need to make, let's say, 6 meals for you and 12 meals for him.
Right.
You would multiply that quarter cup by all the different meals that you need to make, right? It'd be a quarter cup and an eighth a cup for him.
Right.
Right? You could just do 6 and 6 if you're doing 6 for you and 12 for him.
Yeah.
You just keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
So you can take that quarter cup, multiply by 12.
Yeah.
Right? So 12 over 4, 3 cups.
Yeah.
So then when you put 3 cups in, it's going to be distributed evenly when you stir it all up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're blowing you up, man. What are they trying to get you to do?
I don't know what this is.
It never ends.
No.
The only reason why my phone's not blowing up is because we're recording on it.
Yeah, there you
go. Yeah. No, that's really good. Yeah. So, yeah. What other questions do you have?
No.
You have any questions?
Man. No. You?
No. Good.
All right. I'd say it's a good spot to probably
stop
for today.
There we go.
Yeah.
Stop stuff word.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's a good spot.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Hey.
Thanks for sitting with us as we enjoy this. Oh, all our ice is melted. Yeah. As we enjoy this wonderful drink, I hope you were able to enjoy a drink as well. And we'll see you on the next Wicked Bearcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.